Hey guys, Krishna Perkins here again. And last time we talked about 6 advantages to building a brand new home. Today we're going to talk about 4 drawbacks to building a brand new home. The first drawback to building a brand new home is going to be the build time. Um, Most builders here are going to say 3 to 6 months is the build time. Now, what impacts that build time? Number one is going to be the buyer's loan process. So be on top of that from the get go. Once you sign that contract, get with the lender lickety split. Don't wait 2 weeks to get with the lender. Get with them that next week, especially if you're in a situation where you need to move really quickly, or your lease is going to be ending in 5 months or something like that. Because and you don't and you can't go month to month. You have to move out. So instead of having to move twice, you want to make sure you do everything you can to move once. So get the loan process taken care of. That way, the lender can give the builder the go ahead and start building the house. You don't want them waiting on the lender. So take care of that. The second part of the build time is going to be weather. Keep a close eye on the weather. If it has been raining and you haven't poured a slab yet, you need to stay in contact with the construction manager and find out, um, well, when are they going to pour the slab? You know, when is it? How dry does it need to be for them to pour the slab? So stay on top of that. There's not much they can do about that. They can't, you know, stop it from raining. So just understand that and plan accordingly. If they haven't poured the slab, and or if they've gone past that and they haven't dried in, the property hasn't been dried in, meaning just that there's no roof, and it's not protected. They've got to dry it out first. Okay, they can't dry in a property that is wet. Otherwise, you're going to have mold. So be be on top of those 2 areas of the building process for sure, because that will affect your actual completion date. Once the house is dried in, you're going to look for that information from your construction manager. It's going to be a lot easier for them to predict when the house is going to be ready. From then they'll know, okay, we're done, we're at sheetrock, we're at electrical, we're putting in the finishing touches. So they can be more accurate with the completion date at that point. So keep that in mind. um, the next drawback here is overspending at the design center. This is a big one. If you have a budget of $15,000 and you go and spend $35,000, you're in danger of not getting your house, because that is going to impact your bottom line. And you have to be cognizant of that. You have to understand how much wiggle room you have with the rates, the interest rates, and the amount that you're spending at the design center. So keep those both together in your mind, and build a list of things that you have to have with the house. For instance, if you absolutely have to have high ceilings, go ahead and get the high ceilings if you can afford it, because you can't change that with the house later on. But if you're just spending money because you like the look of the granite countertops, and you're hoping that you're going to get it, you can afford it, don't do that. You're playing with fire. You can upgrade your countertops later. You can upgrade your flooring later. You can't change the color of the brick. So if you want a red brick house with high ceilings, get a red brick house with high ceilings. Okay, but don't go and get the most expensive paint they have. You can paint the house later. You can have someone else come in and paint it later. Okay, so don't play with your loan approval amount. Okay, stick with your loan approval amount. Make sure that you're not overspending, and only upgrade the house where you need to upgrade the house. In areas that can't be changed easily later on. Um, one point here I want to make: patios. Make sure that if you want a patio, go ahead and do the patio. Okay, put the patio in. Make sure it fits within budget. But if you want a patio that is attached to the house, you need to do that up front, because that will void your warranty if you put a patio in later on and attach it to your foundation. Or even if you put it too close to the foundation, it could void your warranty, your structural warranty. A lot of people don't know that. They build a house and they put this beautiful patio in later on, and then they start having foundation problems, and the builder comes out and says, "Nice patio. Sorry that you attached to your slab and messed up the engineering, so we can't cover this." So don't do that. Make sure you understand that those couple things. Okay, don't want to see you in that situation. Um, the next drawback to building a home, a brand new home, is going to be the continued construction in the neighborhood. You need to understand that they've got to continue building houses. So if you're going to be in a brand new neighborhood, the construction is going to continue. So it could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be longer. It just depends on how big the neighborhood is, and of course where your house is. So that will affect how impactful that situation is going to be on you. Um, the fourth and final drawback that I'm going to list here is it's a longer lending process. When you buy a resale home or even an inventory home with a builder, the lending process is very short. With the builder, it's extremely short. You can buy a brand new house and that's inventory and be done in a couple of weeks. But if you have to build, which a lot of people do, most people do end up building. That's the majority of the business. Um, you have several months where you need to watch your P's and Q's and not overspend, not rack up a bunch of debt. And you know, you know, that's that just goes with the territory. So be careful, understand where you're at in your life, and if there's anything big expenditures coming up, check with your loan officer before you do anything. Don't go buy a brand new car without checking with your loan officer first. Don't run your credit multiple times, especially if you're just barely approved. You don't want to get yourself in a situation where you can't close on the house. So hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have your own thoughts on drawbacks to building a brand new home, let me know about it. I'll add it to one of my future videos. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and share.